Good morning from Seogwipo in the south of Jeju Island. I haven't done any vlogging, not even much filming, in the last couple of days. I'm gonna explain why. It has honestly been a crazy couple of days. So what happened in Busan? Wow, this is pretty nice with the island. This is a good backdrop for my story. So I didn't film that much in Busan, but I had a wonderful time. I loved the city. I was back in my bed at like 4:30 a.m. after a crazy karaoke night, which was a lot of fun, and I've never done karaoke in my life before. In Busan, there's so many karaoke places, but half of them are prostitution fronts. Usually you can tell because pictures or videos of women in front of the entrance, but sometimes you can't tell, especially since there was a lot of alcohol at play. I don't know how we picked the right one, but it was just a nice, proper karaoke place. We were like 7 people. We had so much fun. Just have to halt the story because I just came across this pretty cool temple. I'm sure it's very interesting, but I have to learn Chinese or Korean first. One line of English. Elixir of immortality. I don't know how I'm doing this, but I somehow always keep ending up at these really amazing empty places on my travels. But yeah, I really loved Busan. We ended up in an actual karaoke place. There was a lot of soju and rice wine involved. And I woke up at 8 a.m. after going to bed at like 4:30 a.m. So I was pretty tired. I was pretty sick. I had to take a flight to Jeju, to this island. So I didn't do that much that day in Busan. I definitely didn't film. And I was like, I'm gonna have a good night of sleep tonight in Jeju when I arrive. And then I'm ready to see Jeju Island. Only had a couple hours of sleep. Wasn't feeling too well. I arrived, checked into the hostel, and I was sharing my room with one other guy. Oh, what's going on here? There's a ticket office. Let's see. Okay, that does look pretty nice. Just got my ticket. So we're gonna check a ticket. I mean, I have to say, it is a nice waterfall. Quite a nice waterfall. However, when I arrived there was almost nobody there. Then I decided to fly the drone. And then at the end, it was like so full of people. It would have been so much cooler if I had been there a few minutes earlier. But I was sidetracked by this because I was supposed to tell you guys the story. I flew to Jeju, I checked into the place, and I was sharing the room with this Korean guy. At like 11, I wanted to go sleep, and I was like, I'm not gonna get up for breakfast, I'm just gonna sleep, I need my sleep, and then I can explore this island. Well, that did not happen. It turned out I got unlucky with the guy because he snored so loudly that I couldn't sleep. And it was so loud, I was awake for hours, even though I was dead tired. By like 3 a.m. I somehow fell asleep, so I was like, okay, you know, whatever. At least I will get some rest and I might just wake up very late. That was also not gonna happen. And now I stumbled upon something else, the Castle of Shell. Alright. I don't know why it's called the Castle of Shell. Let's have a look. Well, there was a lady inside who was supposed to give tourist information, but she was on the phone. So I'm going up. I don't know if I'm supposed to go up. Ah, it's a public book cafe. That is nice. That was honestly one of the cutest things I've seen in Korea. It's such a cute cafe. It seemed like to be just locals just sitting there in silence reading their books. That was so cute, and it's kind of a little bit far from the town, so I imagine people are doing like a little walk and then going to the library. I'm so happy I found that. Let's continue the trail and the tail. Actually, the Korean guy, even though he didn't speak English, he was able to tell me that he's 59 years old. He said that the evening before we slept. So it's 6:30 a.m. He wakes me up saying one of the few English words he knows, apparently, which is wake up, hello. I was like, waking up, it's like, what's happening? And he's like, wake up, breakfast. So I was thinking, firstly, I had no problem skipping breakfast today because I just wanted to have a sleep. And secondly, even if I wanted to have breakfast, there's absolutely no need for me to get up at 6:30. The breakfast was served from 5 a.m, which is actually quite early, until 9 or 10. But anyways, 6:30, there was absolutely no reason for me to get up. But this Korean man had decided that I should get up and have breakfast. And I was like trying to say like, no, I stay here in bed. But he kept talking to me. I was like, oh my god. I've only slept like 6 or 7 hours in the last 2 days. I keep getting distracted by the views here though. Look at this. So I'm laying in bed and I'm like, oh, okay, at this point I might as well have breakfast. So I went and had breakfast. But I mean, even though I was kind of annoyed because this man caused my lack of sleep essentially, well, partly at least, he was really nice. He didn't say anything, he just put some snacks on my bed. And I was like, is this for me or are you just using my bed as storage? And I was like, no, for you. So he gave me some snacks. I was like, okay, well, thank you. So he was very nice. I left the place. I had to go to the south of the island. I was in the north, in Jeju City. He was waiting outside. So he just started talking to me and I was going on my way to the bus station. And then he kind of started walking with me. And it was quite difficult to have a conversation because I didn't know Korean and he didn't know English. Then I was like, oh, I have to go here. And then he just followed me, essentially. This is where I also started filming, right? Because I felt like I'm just gonna be with this guy now, apparently. Cool. Nice trail. All right, so he was just following me and then he just kept pointing at things and saying, come.
유낙지 꿈틀꿈틀.
And I was like, you know what, I'm in it for the ride. This Korean man has plans with me, so why not? It was just a matter of me following the man. He was set, he had a plan for me. I did not have to say yes or no. I just had to follow and hope that everything would be okay. He was pointing at these fisher women sitting down the shore. So we're going here apparently.
할매. 아, 왜 이렇게 부엌진 데 있어요, 근데?
뭐 우리를 찾으셨어요?
아유.
I have no idea what's going on. And my Korean friend is excited. I think they had some squid, some octopus, and some sea cucumbers, I think. Freshly caught seafood. I had read about Korean culture, that especially with older people, you should not say no, really.
전복 멍게, 해삼
잡술
멍게.
걸 얘기하세요.
I'm scared.
전복 멍게냐 해삼 멍게냐. 뭘로 드릴까요?
Do I have to eat that alive? Do you eat it like...
해산멍게로 주세요, 그냥. 그게 직접 잡은 거잖아.
I think
맞아요?
I'm gonna have to eat something like a live octopus. I didn't sign up for this.
영역 기초야 또 오던가 하지 사람.
And so I had whatever he bought, and I don't know how raw or alive anything still was. In Busan I learned that the Koreans, they like to eat their octopus when it's still moving, but it seemed very raw. Yeah, okay. Do you not get sick if it's raw?
No.
No? You don't get sick?
Okay.
Okay. No? Okay.
Life.
Alive. It's alive. Okay, that doesn't make me feel better. But this is too nice of
No
you.
problem.
No problem. No problem. I won't die. What is it? What is it? What is it?
해삼.
Hetham. Okay. Something alive. from the sea. I put it in here. And then I just eat it in one go. Oh.
Sea 해삼,
Sea cucumber.
mountain 인삼.
Mountain insam. Oh my god.
음. 음.
Oh, that sounds hard. But is it good? No? Not good?
음.
Yes, good? Good. Oh god. Mm. Yeah, thank you. That was interesting. The man decided that that was the moment where he wanted to adopt me, and took me for an ice cream. Still didn't speak any English, but we could use my translator app. We went to the intercity bus terminal, so I was like, wait a minute, where are we going? We're at the bus station now. Where are we going today? I don't know, just following the man. And then we went to the airport, and then I was like, okay, this is maybe where I put the line. I'm not gonna fly out of here just yet. I just arrived the day before. But turns out that he was just waiting for two of his friends. They had rented a car from the airport. The friends just arrived from Seoul. And I was like, oh, maybe they speak English. But of course, no, they didn't. Now I was just adopted by 3 Korean men. And I was just in it for the ride. Next thing I know, I'm in this car with these 3 guys. We drove to seafood restaurant that they wanted to go for lunch. It was quite far. We went there. It was nice. They already started drinking soju, which is a really strong alcoholic drink. And it was like 2 p.m. I actually don't even drink normally, let alone at 2 p.m. But this is this other part of Korean culture where, especially if older people offer you soju, you shouldn't reject it. So I didn't reject it. This was also the worst day to do that because I was already so exhausted from that Busan night out. And the lack of sleep. So drinking some soju was not gonna help. And I felt it pretty quickly because they keep giving you more, you know. At least the friend who was driving was only drinking half a cup of soju and nothing more. Kimchi. I had some nice lunch with my 3 new friends, and they decided we should go to the next stop of our itinerary, which was a surprise itinerary for me. And we drove to some beach, a very crowded beach, not that big. Yes, let's go to the beach. Like this. We sat at an overpriced cafe overlooking a crowded beach. Yes, hey, that's the beach. I don't know why you would want to have the view of like lots of people, but this was their day, not mine. I didn't take my swimming pants, so I couldn't go for a swim, but my friends did go for a swim. We're having a beach day.
Okay.
Yes, I'm okay.
아니 여기만
They have returned from the swim. I don't know what's next on our stops. Who knows? Today is a surprise. So now we're walking back to the car. Where will we end up? I don't know. I think this is the end. Then they decided that they wanted to drop me off all the way in the south, in Seogwipo, which is like 1.5 hours drive away. And they didn't have to be there at all. So they drove me all the way to Seogwipo. And then I decided I should take them out for dinner. I basically got adopted by these people. So we had that typical Jeju specialty, which is the black pork. Of course, they ordered more soju.
어. 어제 부산에서 두 번째. 예전에 시우라오.
네, 우리는 한 번도 안 해봤는데. 근데 이게 배달 안 했어요.
완샷. 우연 만난 여자는 괜찮아.
And then I said goodbye to my friends. And by the time I checked into my place, I was pretty far gone. They must have thought, what the hell is this tourist? Why is he drunk at like 8 p.m. already? But I couldn't say no to the soju. I really felt bad saying no. It was a fun day. And everyone, everywhere I was, they didn't understand I was part of this group, these 3 Korean men. It was quite an experience, and we made a lot of nice photos together. And finally, last night, I could sleep, so I'm pretty well rested now. This morning at 6:30 a.m. I got a message. One of them messages me, hello, good morning. And another one messaged me, good morning as well. And then another one just sent me a selfie of himself this morning. So I think they're not done with me. I do think one day was enough, even though they're very nice. But yeah, essentially I got adopted. Like until now I was kind of complaining that I find it really hard in Korea to make contact with the local people. I mean, not only because I don't speak Korean, that's obviously a big part of it, but actually Koreans are very shy and not that willing to be open to strangers or Westerners, I don't know, that's my feeling. But yesterday was a different story actually. Now I did get in contact with some locals. Even though we couldn't talk, there was contact. It was like all non-verbal and through some app. But yeah, that was quite a story. So the sign is saying that this place is like a small version of Mount Paektu. But Mount Paektu, I'm pretty sure, is a mountain at the border of North Korea and China. And it's like the most famous mountain of the Koreas, I guess. And so this is like a tiny version of it. Apparently it has the same kind of shape. I'm actually quite surprised because Mount Paektu is not in South Korea. But I guess they still see it as Korean because it's older than the difference between North and South Korea, obviously. It's very weird, but I don't know, there must be a reason for it, but there's a lot of mermaid statues on this island, I've noticed. Not just here in the south, just on the whole island. Maybe this is where mermaids came from. No, I don't know, I have no clue. This is creepy, indeed, you're right. I'm filming a playground. I should not film a playground. Someone needs to enlighten me as to what this is. You also don't know what it is, no? So I'm back in Seoul after flying from Jeju. Bread, coffee and comfortable. Sounds good. That right there is Seoul Tower. This is a nice underground part. With music even. But anyways, I'm here going towards that Seoul Tower. Not because I am going to the Seoul Tower. Maybe I will, I don't know. But because there is this apartment that is the location of this Korean movie. That's my favorite movie actually. I'm actually quite excited to see this apartment. So now I'm really going into the normal residential area. It's gonna be a climb, wow. But actually I shouldn't be surprised because if you know the movie Burning by Lee Chang-dong, which came out in 2018, Hemi is the main protagonist woman in the movie. And she lives in this apartment with this view of Seoul Tower. And indeed, it's on a hill. So makes sense I have to go up a hill. This is very steep. So I'm definitely on the right track because we're getting closer to Seoul Tower. Wow, actually it's a really nice view of Seoul as well on that side from here. I guess that's the perk of all those hills. You're up, so you have the views. It's the first time I'm walking in Seoul in an area where there's just normal people and no tourists at all. Here I really feel like I can experience what normal life is like in Seoul. It's around here. You have this view of Seoul as well. It's so steep. This is insane. Yeah, this isn't. It absolutely isn't. This is very not exciting to most people, but for me it really is. But it's true. It's like it's really close to the Seoul Tower, because that's what you see from the window in a movie. You can see it there. It's Seoul Tower. You should just watch it, The Burning by Myeongdong. And then on the other side you just have a view of Seoul. And it's basically in a real residential area. I'm so excited for this. This was not the plan, but since I was close to the Seoul Tower, I was like, why not? Let's just hike up this hill to the tower. According to the sign, it's a 1 kilometer hike, I guess. I think by the time I'll be there, it will be like sunset. That should be very beautiful. Plus, it's, if you have seen the movie Burning, the reflection of the sun on the Seoul Tower is a part of the movie, with some nice symbolism there as well. This is what I needed. The apartment from Burning, and then a peaceful walk through the forest of Seoul to end the day at sunset with a nice view. The only problem is I have battery problems now, because I managed to fly from Jeju to here with the one airline that has the strictest battery requirements, because you can only take 5 batteries with Jin Air. And I flew from Busan to Jeju, it was with Korean Air, there was no problem at all. I looked it up later. They allow like 15 batteries or something. Most airlines do like 15 or 20 batteries, that's the max. When security was opening my bag, they saw all these batteries. And I showed the boarding pass and they were like, oh, Jin Air, you can only take 5 on Jin Air. It would not have been a problem if I had flown any other airline. That led me to have to say goodbye to my GoPro batteries and my power bank. So I hope someone can still use them and they won't just be thrown out, but I think they will just be thrown out. Well, at least it's another story. That was definitely a little bit of a hike, even though it's only a few hundred meters. Whew. And it's even shaded. Yeah, we're there. This view is pretty phenomenal.
Oh, they just walked in.
Okay, I'm going to the place with a good view of Seoul. I thought that was already the place with a good view of Seoul. So the sign is not a lie, I guess. Except for here you have the windows in front of it. I don't know why it has to be so creepy just to go to the observation deck. I thought I bought a ticket to go up the tower, but now I ended up in some modern art ghost house. Okay, so this makes me believe that I'm just very lucky and that the modern art thing is just the queue. You would normally have to queue here, but I think I just keep getting lucky that there's no one wherever I am. Or people are repelled by me, I don't know. But I'm happy with this. Thank you. I'm really alone, what the hell? I even went alone in the elevator. Okay, here there are more people. That was weird. That was a really weird experience. That was the weirdest elevator experience I've ever had, especially because the staff guy went in with me and it was just me and him. I think normally it's like a group of people and then he's there to explain things, but this was just a little bit awkward. Okay, honestly, this view is pretty nice. This place went from no people to it's so crowded. Views were amazing. I was here for a while. So I'm gonna take a bus to Myeongdong, which is another very touristy place that I wanted to skip. But now I'm so close, so I'm like, yeah, I might as well. Why did I do this? I mean, I knew it was touristy, but this This is not the kind of crowds I would wanted to go to. This is great. I look so cool. I look so cool, don't you think? Where are we going?